Sorry.
Huh? I'm sorry.
What is it?
Somebody was going on a trip. I didn't want him to go.
Better not have been another woman.
It was my dad. He was getting on a boat and I was upset he was leaving. It was something we were supposed to do together. That's crazy. My father never went anywhere away from home in his whole life.
Maybe that's his dying. Young Dr. Freud. Come on, Frillo. Last 15 minutes are the best.
No, I'm up. $6:30?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what we were supposed to do.
Oh. Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys heater working?
Rub your motor.
Yeah, if I don't asphyxiate myself.
No way these leggings last until spring.
What do you think, third time's a charm with this guy?
Where did you say you got those fishnets?
21st Street shop. I'm Red.
Ooh, how about a freebie, huh?
Hi.
Morning.
Parking practice?
Yeah, right. You got 15 minutes?
15 minutes of what?
I don't know, spend time with a jerk?
Now, mister, I think you know why I'm out here. You here for the same thing?
How much?
Why don't you pull around the corner? We'll talk about it there.
7:15 a.m. defective heating unit sitting here on a windshield factor of God knows what.
How would you like to be standing in the corner in a miniskirt?
You trying to make me feel guilty by thinking about somebody else's misery?
No, I'm just saying things could be worse.
Things are sufficiently bad.
Hi-ho!
Woman walking these streets, she's usually working for Jimmy Shields.
Now, who might Jimmy Shields be?
Who, moi?
No kidding.
Listen, I gotta hold the 100 before I get in the car.
Does this get me a half and half?
I'm a police officer, mister. You're under arrest. Step out of the car. This is Russo, 2201. I've got a collar.
And we'll pin a rose on you. I'll steal your trade and protect you. We split 60-40. That's the way it works on the corner of Decker and Jefferson.
So is that a firm offer, Jimmy, huh? You want me to trick for you?
You bet.
You're popped. Get out of the car.
What's that mean?
You're under arrest. Get out of the car. Come on. Come on. Hands up on it.
We were just rapping, sister.
Right. 2202. Got a pickup.
There you go, Sarge.
There we go, Lucille Bates. Now we can go inside.
Let's go where you cut me some rhythm on this one, huh?
Afraid not.
No,
Oh, you got a familiar-looking face. Hey, where you from? Get back here. What's he gonna do? Leave a $30,000 car here?
Backup unit, get over here.
Well, pull from the car. Get in. Tell you the trip got it all wrong. This is just, we're speaking in the hypothetical.
Well, this is a hypothetical bus.
Where you going? Where you going?
I got him. Shields, it's you and I in the Elder, Jimmy. Let's go. Maybe if you held your peace, we wouldn't be chasing him.
Yeah, right. Soliciting bus?
Yeah, right.
Give me a break. I think I recognize this guy. Hold that guy! You're under arrest. Come on down.
Turn around. Now let's clear a 12-foot fence.
There's a reason for that. I recognize this guy. You know who this guy is? Yeah. Best wide receiver I ever saw.
Put your hands on your back. Don't say a word, man. We're sorry. You're a real fast runner.
Not fast enough.
We have a 911. Armed robbery in progress. See surplus store, corner Peebles Drive, 124th Street.
Seen you 20 times. That catch in the championship game against Pittsburgh. 98 yards, man, were you flying. Yeah, it's a great moment.
This guy's going to have $1 million worth of endorsements go right down the tube.
Mr. Jackson, do you want your lawyer? No. No, I don't want him involved in this. Can I get a regular lawyer? You mean the public defender? Right. Yeah, anything you want. Bruce, the only problem is in Jackson's pop on the day she does a John Doe.
Okay with me.
Great. We'll keep you out of the press for a while. I gotta call my lawyer.
Well, first you get fingerprinted, then you can call your lawyer. But in the meantime, let me tell you about all the pleasure you can give me on the TV set on Sundays. Buddy, you're a one kind of athlete, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's been a great career.
Fix it, Jim.
See me afterwards, blood. Jimmy fix you up with whatever you need. Go.
Russo, let me hold a 330 salmon. Hey, I hear you put the arm on Raymond Jackson.
Why would a guy like that be out looking for a street hooker?
Athletes need human contact, too. Okay. You sign here. Dr. Fenwick, Detective Washington, and me will list the items on this form.
Let me just think if they stole anything else.
So you said a watch, your ring, and your wallet.
I'd like a minute to think if there was anything else, Detective. I just received a traumatic blow to the head.
Just take your time, Doctor, okay? On the other hand, Neil, we both know that 80% of stolen goods are recovered within the first hour, and we both know what happens to that recovery curve the longer the trail gets cold.
It's the ring that's most important. It was a caduceus ring my wife gave me when I graduated medical school.
That's the kind of specialty item they unload quickest.
I guess that's it.
Anything else comes to mind, this is a priority phone line.
You've got both my numbers.
Work and home. Yeah, we better check out those pawn shops, Neil.
You wouldn't be planning on making a slight detour, would you, lover?
You mean to the police firing range? Check out a tiger who's maybe gonna make us $4,000? It's possible, Neil. You know, you never can tell where stolen goods are gonna show up. Neil, GD, Captain.
Nick. Captain.
We may have a problem with your bakery undercover.
Don't say that.
The baker's wife phoned. She said her husband checked into the hospital with hypertension.
Captain, if I don't get off this desk today, Robin is going to go to jail for murder. Look, I can document the extortion myself. I tell the juice guys I'm the baker's nephew.
Are you sure you're all right? It's barely been 2 weeks.
I feel good. Please?
All right. If the baker's wife agrees.
Thank you.
Take it easy, Mick.
Nice and easy, Captain.
Henry.
Just heard back from Samoa.
Any good?
No contact with Howard Hunter since my arrival here 14 months ago. Gravely concerned by your news he is missing. Please apprise of further developments. Camilla Ashton Wilkes. Might be nice if they circulated a picture of Howard from this decade.
Well, joining her in Samoa was about the only thing I could think of Howard's doing where he might have felt he had some reason not to contact us.
There's still the amnesia. The recurrence from when he got hit on the head last year.
Right.
I mean, a guy doesn't just disappear into thin air. Think he's dead?
Joe? It's okay. Mom is fine. My brother Joe, Detective Henry Goldman. How do you do?
Good to meet you. I don't have deposition on Fernandez till 3. I'm gonna check some emergency rooms, put some more of these up.
Okay, Kosicki.
Good to meet you.
How's Sophie?
She's good. She's real good.
Joyce?
Fine.
Good. What is it, Joe?
I'm all jammed up, Frank. It's the business.
Well, this winter couldn't have been very good for construction.
23 days out of 50. You believe that? We lost 23 days out of 50 to bad weather. And just when I take the flyer.
What do you mean?
I don't know if you remember. When Papa passed, when you came home, I told you I was low bid out of Podmall to down on Wellington Street.
I thought you were very happy with that.
I went bare bones on my estimates. I really wanted to work. I gave low estimates on everything. And to make it up, I didn't buy a completion bond. I took the money and I bought materials. I took a chance. And then nothing but snow.
How much is it going to cost?
I gotta pay $22,000 in lateness penalties by next Monday. Now, Frank, there's brothers and there's brothers. I know what kind of brothers we've been. And I don't have any right to ask you this.
I'd like to help you out, Joe.
And I am right up against the wall, and I am maxed out with all the money people.
I said I want to help you.
Are you kidding?
Oh, I ought to be able to get it from the bank.
You mean it? You want to be able to get it?
I'll make a phone call.
I'm embarrassed. I don't know what to say.
It's okay.
What to say?
Okay, Joe. It's okay.
What do you think?
Got talent.
You think he can take Hidalgo?
That, I haven't decided yet.
Hear you formed another syndicate, LaRue.
Here we go, same old song.
LaRue ever tell you about that syndicate he formed to back that comedian?
Hey, Big Hitler happened to have been a very funny dude, man.
When he was awake. Narcoleptic comic.
You know there's two kinds of people in the world, Sterling. There's guys like me to try to make things happen, and there's guys like you who Monday morning quarterback.
Hey, JD, check out Cataldo.
Maybe we can learn something here.
Nice shooting.
Thanks.
You ever enter one of these things before?
Tell me about it.
Everybody's got something different. Me, my secret is I just center in on the target. Picture Charlie.
No kidding.
Yeah. I picture his screaming, tortured face as I blow him away. I hear his death rattle as I zero in on his mouth. Bullseye. Then I let loose. I'm at one with the target, just me and Charlie.
Who's Charlie? Is that some friend of yours?
You kidding me?
Yeah, maybe just a little. Give the tired head games a rest, Cataldo. Just enjoy watching me shoot. Look at that.
Not bad.
What do you think, J.D.? I think the kid's got it.
Tommy, come here.
Hey, J.D.
This year's model, LaRue? Kid's got ice water in his veins.
So, how you feeling?
Oh, man, did you see that, J.D.? That old guy tried to psych me.
Yeah, but you showed him, didn't you, Tommy?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I bet you wish the contest was right now.
Oh, you got it.
Give me your wrist.
What are you talking about?
Humor me. Your pulse is 150, Tommy, minimum. You may not live till tonight. You know, if you were this excited the first time you got some, you didn't get any.
Look, I'm telling you, LaRue, I am gonna take this guy.
Good luck. My syndicate ain't backing you.
Hey, that's your problem. You guys are washed up, just like Cataldo.
I'd rather not bet than back a loser.
Iron Mike.
What do you know, Buns?
Tonight's a big night, huh, Mike? Coming up for your annual moment of glory?
You entering this year?
Yeah, sure, Mike. And then I'm going out and getting my other 7 merit badges. You know, I'm almost eligible for Eagle Scout. Would you mind stepping back?
Let's see what you got.
No. You see, I don't do this to show you what I got, Mike. I do this because I'm a cop and I want to keep my eye.
Nice shooting.
Well, thanks, Mike. You got any gold stars? Man can shoot. Oh, boy.
Are you all right?
Oh, I had a little accident a couple weeks ago. The stitches still bother me sometime. Now, Mrs. Lasculi, When this man comes in, if he's the same one that threatened your husband, I want you to give me a little pinch right here, okay?
You want me to pinch you?
Give me a little pinch, see? Because if it's the same guy, I'm not going to give him the money. I'm going to make him bring his boss, because we want to make sure we get all the evidence we can on everyone before we make our arrests.
Oh, look what my Dom got me into. The man's not just weak in his circular system. He's weak in his will. Once, I got him to go to Gamblers Anonymous. He came home drunk.
How long's he been involved with Shylocks?
Oh, I'm not sure. He's afraid to tell me. God love him. If I would have known how deep he was getting in, I would have sent him to the hospital myself.
Take a look out on the street, Mrs. Lasculi. Morning.
Mr. Lasculi.
Mr. Lasculi ain't here.
And who are you?
I'm Mr. Lasculi's nephew. Okay, Auntie, I understand.
Yeah, but you're in charge here, right? Are you aware your uncle has a loan payment due?
Oh.
Ma'am, are you aware of this loan? Leave me alone. I'm a helpless woman. Hey, listen. I'm supposed to pick up $2,000 here. Mr. Lasculi understood it was supposed to be here 10 o'clock. Now I gotta come back here with my boss. And that makes me look bad. My husband's in the hospital. This boy's just filling in.
Yes, any messages you got, I'm happy to take them.
Yeah, great. Give him this. 4 o'clock. I'll be back here with my boss. You better have the 2 bones.
Hill, this John Doe that you have on your date sheet, that wouldn't happen to be Raymond Jackson, would it?
What makes you say that?
Well, that's Jackson's wife.
Interrogation room's off limits. It's for attorney-client conferences only.
I just saw my husband going back there. He wants me in there with him.
It's not up to me. I'm just telling you the rules.
If it's not up to you, why don't you get the hell out of my way?
Ma'am, just take it easy.
Tanya? They arrested Raymond.
Ma'am, would you stop putting a hole through my foot?
Tanya, I don't want to be defending 2 Jacksons today.
Thank you.
Sergeant?
Mr. Jackson, I'll do whatever you instruct, but I'd think a person in your position to plead guilty to a charge of sexual solicitation would mean considerable consequences.
I just want to get it over with. And I don't want to get them involved.
Get who involved?
My lawyer, everyone else, my wife.
Ray. I'm Arnold Resnick. I'm Mr. Jackson's attorney.
Look, I'm gonna plead guilty on this, Arnie. Sorry I let everyone down.
Let's you and I discuss what we're gonna do, okay?
Look, man, I blew it. I propositioned the officer. There's no way to sweep this under the rug.
Ray, you're under a lot of pressure right now. Would you excuse us?
I haven't heard Mr. Jackson say he wants to change attorneys.
Look, no offense intended, but I have represented the Jacksons for 6 years. I think you can see the man is overwrought.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
Mr. Jackson, would you like Mr. Resnick to represent you?
I want this over with.
Ray, you want it over, we'll take care of it. But there are ways and ways of pleading guilty. For God's sakes, don't throw your whole life out. And Tanya's.
Maybe you should represent me.
Were you in with Raymond? Is he all right? I'm his wife.
He's all right.
Why did he do it? Did he say what was wrong?
Excuse me, Mrs. Jackson, I wondered if I could...
No questions. Just get away from me.
I know, I just want...
Please, please, what did he say?
He didn't say why he did it.
Is it going to be all right?
I hope so. Your husband couldn't have a better lawyer than Mr. Resnick. Please excuse me.
Oh, hi.
I need bifocals. When I was going to interrogation before, I could have sworn I saw your brother Joe coming in the front door.
You did.
Is your mother all right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's okay there. Joe's out walking. He's been a little overrun lately. He's having problems with his business because of all this bad weather. He needs a $22,000 loan to tide him over.
How can we get it to him?
Well, the bank says they'll give him the loan as long as we put up our CDs as collateral.
Those trusting souls. I'm due in court. Will they take an okay from me over the phone?
As long as one of us signs. Here, ask for Mr. Foreman. Thanks.
It's a good risk. I know someone in the family.
Odds on the favorite, Mike Cataldo, are now 4-5.
Come on, Jimmy. Civilians. Bookmaking's illegal.
Come on, just a friendly little office, fool. Hey.
I mean, the thing was so weird. On one hand, we're chasing a perp. At the same time, it's like watching this incredible athletic phenomenon.
Something to tell your kids about.
I guess I was so caught up with that two-bit pimp. Didn't even see the run. Hey, is this guy a sideshow or a human being?
Yeah, what's the matter with you people? Ain't you got no compassion? You don't care about other people's feelings?
What's with her?
Who knows?
Who cares? Guess he does really stand to lose a lot, huh?
To get that famous, you gotta watch your step.
Hey, Norm. So a fight night on a tube. Maybe we pop a little corn later? Possible. You want to front me a couple bucks? I'll go get it now.
What do you think, Neil? Do I appeal to Bunce's ego or to his wallet?
I think first we pop Sid.
I don't want to hear that.
Description's an exact fit, JD. Can't be too many of those doctor's rings out there.
Neil, we pop Sid, we're buying 4 hours of arrest reports and an arraignment. No way we make the shooting contest.
Hey, so what I saw, babe.
I hate a fanatic. Hey, Norm. Sid, congratulations.
Thanks very much. For what?
Oh, you won the Good Citizenship Award for returning stolen goods.
What do you... Well, no, wait a minute. You got it wrong, detective. I've had this ring since I don't know when, Norm.
You've had that ring since 9 this morning. Now, either I pop you for felony receipt of stolen property, or you win the Good Citizenship Medal for turning it in.
I'll take the medal.
Congratulations, Sid. Now, take off.
My pleasure. Hey, Norm, you know, one of these days you're gonna stick up for me. I'm gonna fall over with a migraine.
Don't hurt your head.
You were looking pretty sharp out in that practice range this morning. So?
Did you ever think about entering that contest?
Well, you mean so I can win one of those trophies where they unscrew the bowler from the top and they screw on the guy shooting the targets?
Forget trophies, Norm. I'm talking about Jimmy Fallon's offering field odds 20-1 anybody who beats Mike Cataldo. Now, I got a syndicate willing to place $400 on a live entry.
Promise to buy me a malted afterwards.
You'd be in for 20%, Norm, and you wouldn't have to put up a nickel. Plus, you get to show up that tin soldier, Cataldo.
These contests are for guys like Cataldo, you know. Put him out in the street, 10 minutes, he's crying for mommy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just once I'd like to see a real cop win it.
Hey, LaRue, shut up.
Right, sorry.
$20%.
20%.
Okay.
Hey.
Jimmy.
You still offering field odds 20 to 1?
20 to 1.
4 yards.
Who's your dark horse?
You find out soon enough. Oh, and Jimmy, don't worry about anything. The PPA's got a great program for indigent cops.
The Gazelle Company continues to have full faith in Raymond Jackson as an individual of honor and integrity.
But are you going to continue using him to endorse your product?
We stand by our statement.
How do you feel about the charges your husband solicited a prostitute, Mrs. Jackson?
I don't know what went on this morning, but I do know my husband, and he has no need to go out and solicit prostitutes.
So he'll be pleading not guilty.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Frank, believe me, we're about to wind up with egg on our puss. Arnie Resnick's this close to positioning us as puritanical prigs.
Gentlemen, grateful for the meeting.
Mr. Resnick, believe me, no one takes pleasure in your client's situation. Hell, I've seen this fella do things on a football field brought a damn lump to my throat.
Raymond Jackson's been my friend for 6 years. There's no way I can make you understand him in 2 minutes. What I can tell you is that Raymond and his wife love and depend on each other. That Raymond is neither a drug user nor a partier. If he were either of those things, he wouldn't be on that street corner at 7 o'clock in the morning like a 15-year-old school kid.
The fact is, that's where he was arrested.
Look, it's pretty obvious that right now, Ray Jackson's a troubled individual. He's coming to the end of a great career. He's trying to make some transitions in his life, and the pressure from all that's compounded by his being looked up to by so many people.
Captain, it's my understanding this sort of charge gets pleaded down to public nuisance more or less as a matter of course.
Would he plead to that?
I'd also like to be able to make some explanatory remarks, both in court and subsequently, that the police department would agree not to contradict.
Alleging misconduct on the part of the arresting officers.
Would you let me get away with that?
Absolutely not.
I am hardly in the catbird seat here, Captain. How about something along the line that the department had cast a wide net, and that the operation was meant more to deter streetwalkers and catch criminals?
Couldn't hurt to get painted tough on prostitution, Captain.
As long as there's no implication of entrapment.
Would that be acceptable?
Irwin,
No problem for us.
then you've got a deal. Captain, why don't you confer with your arresting officers? Make sure we're all on the same page. Counselor, I've got a nephew at home who would do handsprings if I came home with Raymond Jackson's autograph.
How'd it come out, Captain?
Jackson's entering a plea of guilty of being a public nuisance.
Sounds right.
We've agreed not to counter any statement Jackson or his lawyer may make at trial or afterwards to the press about what he was doing down there.
No, wait a minute. Did I just get hung out to dry here?
No. They've specifically agreed not to allege entrapment or misconduct on your part.
Someone to see you, Captain.
Okay, Sergeant. Are you both agreeable?
No problem here.
I just don't get it.
Get which is better, Officer Russo?
Jackson, what was he doing out there? What was he looking for?
Hey, I'm with you, Officer Russo. I mean, the only important things in the world are staying comfortable, not getting too involved, and having a little fun in the rack. A sensitive person like you, I could see where something like this wouldn't add up.
I'm gonna slap you in the face.
Yeah, well, you better do running, sweetheart, because I might hit you back.
You never mentioned in your telegram that you were returning from Samoa.
Well, receiving word about Lieutenant Hunter was like a blinding light. I left the airport as if in a dream. Has there been any further word?
I'm afraid not.
I see.
Lieutenant Hunter had an episode of traumatic amnesia last year.
I recall.
And we're just hoping he's walking around somewhere.
Yes, the alternative is unthinkable. Captain, you may not realize that it was I who abandoned the lieutenant. The victim of my own irreconcilable passions. The man I eloped with, my Samoan chieftain, represented the exotic, the primitive, while the lieutenant meant everything that was noble, disciplined, familiar in the best sense of the word. And yet I succumbed to the remote.
You don't have to explain, Miss Ashton Wilkes.
During the 14 months that I was with my Samoan, I carried the thought of Howard within me like an anchor, an island of stability waiting for me. It's as if I have awakened from a long sleep.
Let's hope this has a happy outcome.
No. Lieutenant Hunter is alive somewhere, Captain. I feel his presence. Just as you and I are sitting here, Howard lives.
Where will you be staying?
There was a time when I had a key to the lieutenant's apartment. Have you changed the lock?
Not that I know.
Then it is there that I would prefer to stay.
Fine.
What has happened to the Emperor Laozu?
Lieutenant Goldblum boarded him at a count.
I hope it isn't Filer and Waldrop. Oh, from my years of obedience, I've learned that one must never underestimate how drastically months of training can be undone by only 2 weeks of negligent pet care.
Where did you go? Just walked. I got lost about 7 times. These aren't the greatest neighborhoods to get lost. How'd it go at the bank? Did it work out all right? It's set up for 24 payments. I'm going to send this right into the bank, Frank. This is the last you're going to hear about it. Don't you want the check? Yeah, that might help. Joey, what if the weather stays bad? No problem. I'll throw myself off a bridge. A loan officer at the bank was saying that some construction companies up here were missing 2 and 3 penalty dates, not just 1. My next penalty date's not till 8 weeks. The weather can't stay that bad. Not till May. Since when did you get into the construction business? Not me, my brother. You know, I asked myself about 50 times, how could I take a flyer like this? Seems like ever since Papa died, I don't know, it's like I'm a different person. I'm worried, Frank. I'm worried that life is going to pass me by. I guess we're out from under the tree. Yeah, that's the truth. Funny, I had a dream. Papa was sailing away on a trip, and I felt left behind. I guess we're never going to finish up with Papa. It's kind of nice, maybe. His son's got a chance to get together.
J3309, Your Honor. Raymond Jackson, 207 of the Penal Code, solicitation to commit an immoral act. Complaining officers Celestina Russo and Patrick Flaherty.
I see Mr. Jackson is represented by an appropriately heavy hitter.
Arnold Resnick, Your Honor.
Approach the bench, Your Honor. Counsel, approach.
Defendant stipulated to a charge of public nuisance, Your Honor.
Then why are you standing here instead of behind your desk, Mr. Bernstein?
Here's a further agreement as to remarks I will have entered on the record.
Brevity, Mr. Resnick.
Consonant with my client's interest, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson's willing to enter a plea?
Guilty to the misdemeanor charge of public nuisance, Your Honor.
People?
No objection, Your Honor.
I'd like to enter a statement on Mr. Jackson's behalf, before Your Honor pronounces sentence?
Yeah.
Simply that Mr. Jackson appears here, Your Honor, as the result of a police operation whose admitted goal was harassment and deterrence of prostitution and the placation of neighborhood merchants, rather than any substantive end of law enforcement. And that having entangled Mr. Jackson in its wide and indiscriminately cast net, this same department, to save face for itself, now proposes a plea arrangement, which the practicality of Raymond's position makes it impossible for him to refuse. I can only hope that, to the extent the police permit them to become available, the media will show the same appetite and enthusiasm I see here today in publicizing the actual facts of Raymond Jackson's arrest. I suspect, though, that what we will hear from the police in the matter of people versus Raymond Jackson is a steady stream of no comments. Thank you, Your Honor.
9.9, Mr. Resnick. Mr. Jackson, quote while you're ahead.
Guilty, Your Honor.
$100 fine.
Mrs. Jackson, if we could just have a comment, please. Mr. Jackson, one word, sir.
Mr. Jackson has a statement. Here are your notes, Raymond.
I appreciate people trying to protect me. Fact is, I made a mistake. And I hope the public can understand that. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you can never be the guy they talk you up to be. The guy you want to be. So you wind up driving around in the middle of the night, feeling like a jerk. Fraud. I know a lot of people look up to me, and I appreciate that. But when it's all said and done, I'm just a human being. That's all. And I'd like to apologize to my wife.
Mr. Jackson, are you planning on speaking at the Decker Avenue
that's
Community
enough questions,
Service Awards ceremony on Saturday, sir?
Please.
I love my husband.
What's that?
This is the money I'm giving to the juice guys. See, to make a really airtight arrest, we want them to actually take this money.
Oh, you're feeling bad, aren't you?
Oh, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Uh-oh. Bingo.
I'll do this real quick.
I'm Joseph Santucci.
How do you do? Money's all here.
That's $2,000 in back interest.
Correct.
Jimmy tells me you knew.
Yeah, I'm just filling in for my uncle.
You understand the arrangement? $200 a week. Every week the loan's outstanding.
I understand.
No, but I mean, do you understand? Deep down.
What's going on?
200 a week. Every week we're outstanding. Mr. Santucci, my aunt, and I, we understand.
Do you understand deep down?
I understand deep down. Please take this money.
In another 30 seconds, he's going to arrest you, and I'm supposed to stand back and watch you set fire.
All right, freeze! You're busted. Please do not resist. I've recently had surgery. If you make any attempt to escape, I'll be forced to use my weapon, and I have a very short temper. Mrs. Lasculi, move away.
Loan sharks, bums. You going to set us on fire?
Mrs. Lasculi.
I'll give you a shot.
Hey!
Sorry about what I said before. That was a cheap shot.
Forget it.
I mean it, Tina. I'm sorry.
You think I'm so stupid, Patrick? You don't think I have any feelings?
No, I told you it was a cheap shot. I know you got feelings.
Just not for me. Look, don't worry, you don't gotta get an unlisted number or anything. I'll leave you alone.
Fine. I'll see you, okay?
Yeah, I'll see you. Go get him, killer. Nick. Nice bust on those shadows.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
Why don't you take the rest of the day off?
Oh, no, I can't do that. I have to take this lady's statement. I have to get this bozo over to
Get
a
that
pain.
woman away from me!
If I had my flower pin, I'd fracture your skull for you.
Get her off of me!
And I'd break your head,
Hold on.
too.
This is Lascoli now.
Oh, Mike, I didn't recognize you for a second. I hope you're rot. I hope they throw the key away.
Mrs. Lascoli, let's go take your statement.
Are you okay, Mike? You look very uncomfortable.
Mild pain.
Connor, how'd you shoot? 366. No way I make it to the final.
Where you get him next year?
I don't understand it. I never shot that bad in practice.
Cowardice is a funny thing.
Second group shooters
Mike.
in the preliminary round.
Second?
Please report to the entry desk.
I'm up. Just for the sake of discussion, Mike, what if tonight wasn't your night?
Well, whose night would it be?
Come on, you've already won this thing, what, 4 years in a row?
Bet there might be a couple of bucks in it for me.
Might be worth a couple of bucks. Might be worth a couple of yards to certain people.
You're a stand-up guy, LaRue. Real credit to the department.
Wait a second. Is that a no?
That's a no.
I don't know why I even bothered, Cataldo. Bunch is gonna clean your clock. He's gonna beat you fair and square.
You wouldn't know fair and square if it hit you with a truck.
Where you been, babe? Hey, John, how's Bunce doing?
Great.
Boy, I wish I could shoot like Norman Bunce.
Me too, partner.
That concludes the first flight of the preliminary round. Judges will tabulate. Let's hear it for the contestants.
Come on, what's the problem? What's sort of freaking tag?
Winners, target lane number 4.
right.
Lieutenant Norman Bunce of Hill Street.
Oh, ye of little faith, huh, Sterling?
Will now prepare to shoot.
Yeah, my man, the king, the lethal shooting machine.
The defending champion, Polk Avenue Detective Mike Cataldo.
This is yesterday's news. Cataldo! Cataldo! Eat the big sandwich roll!
The touch of your pipe, Howard, the smell of it fills me with hope. Ooh. Evenings spent cleaning and loading your pistol. Relaxed, peaceful hours listening to the Valkyrie on the phonograph. Crocheting pillows for the underground shelter. We could have it all back. Oh, Howard. I feel you near.
tidal pull of your moons? Your lips like marzipan? Do you hear me? Where are you? Can you give me a hint? An address? Oh, my brave warrior. I knew that you could hear me. What's that? Really? Norm.
What?
You all right? How do you feel?
I'm resting.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's smart. Get yourself settled before the final. Collect your wits. You know, Norm, you shot fabulous. Believe me, you gave that guy Cataldo something to think about.
How'd Cataldo do in the prelims?
Good. Fair. I mean, you know, he shot it right.
Well, how many did he hit?
I don't know. I think it was like 997 out of 1,000.
All right.
Hey, listen, Norm. You were gonna kick this guy's hiney. You were gonna eat this Mr. Big Shot Cataldo's breakfast. And you wanna know why?
Sid, I'm really trying to get some rest there.
Right. The why is because now it's mano a mano. It's just you and him. And the man ain't been created yet that goes one-on-one with N Buns that he don't blink.
Yeah, well, thanks for saying that, Sid, but right now I just want
I know, you want to get some rest, am I right?
Yeah.
You got it. Just collect yourself. Just focus yourself. You know what you do? Picture your mind somewhere else. Somewhere with a lot of green crap. All right, I'm gonna be outside.
Yeah, okay.
You want anything before I go?
No.
Okay, good. I'll be outside.
Who won, Neil? I don't know. They were retrieving the targets.
I don't know.
He lost, didn't he?
Detective LaRue! Detective LaRue!
Yeah.
They told me at your station house I could find you here. I just wanted to express my gratitude to you and your partner for recovering my medical school ring.
Our pleasure.
I mean, you guys obviously went the extra yard. You must have hit those pawn shops like Normandy Beach.
Look, Doc, I got your drift.
You know, you cops get a bum rap from the public. Believe me, from today on, you're going to have Harold Fenwick singing your praises.
Hey, I just blew $400 in a shooting contest. You want to sing my praises? Go home. Do it in your shower. Go on.
I wanted to tell you how grateful I was.
Winners Mike Cataldo, 99 to 97.
Great shooting. Right. Great shooting.
Believe me, combat situation's entirely different story. The combat situation, this guy blows this guy's head off.
When my brother Joey and I were talking today, he was saying something about there being kinds and kinds of brothers.
Meaning?
Meaning, we hadn't been close. That was why even when he got into trouble, it was so hard for him to come to me.
Joe shares part of the blame for that.
He didn't mean it for blame. And he was right. We weren't those kinds of brothers. Not from when we were kids. I think maybe part of what I've been sad about is the feeling that my dad's dying closed all our family accounts. Now there was no more chance anything could change.
Maybe today broke the ice.
I hope so. And my dad's gone. Maybe between Joey and me, think an old mutt can learn new tricks.
Come here, Rover.